Hey, it's James, Father's Rights and Resources, hashtag how I got custody. I'm going to give you a sample, or I'm going to kind of wing it with an example of how I would argue in court. Just not every single thing I would say, but a quickie little tidbit of how I would argue some of the things, like knowing the Code of Judicial Conduct, the Rules of Professional Conduct, the Oath of an Attorney, Civil Rule 11, and statutes and stuff. How I would argue if somebody falsely accuses me in court. That's one of the most common problems in family court, being falsely accused. So, and the stuff I just mentioned, you guys should be looking this stuff up because I have different videos on it. You should be putting and piecing this stuff together to assemble your argument and your strategy. If you're not doing that, then you're not getting anything out of my videos. And if you're not doing it because you struggle or it's too chaotic, all this information I have and it's overwhelming, I have hundreds of hours of videos on YouTube. I think I have like 600 videos. So, there's a couple hundred hours of stuff on there, I think, if you add it all up. But if you're struggling to piece stuff together for yourself, why are you not getting a consultation and learning in an hour, hour and a half, direct information directly in your case? Sometimes we're our own worst enemy and we don't have common sense that God gave a monkey. I can't figure this stuff out. James's videos are just too overwhelming, or he already knows all this stuff. I'll never know it. You can learn it and have a precision-like study or meeting on this stuff if you get a consult with me. This is common sense. If you want to learn how to be a mechanic, and you look online or read a book about being a mechanic and it's overwhelming information, you'd be better off going to a class or talking to a mechanic or somebody who knows how to work on cars, right? The whole reason people have a coach or a mentor or a trainer is to get help, because that person knows more and is more experienced and can give you shortcuts. Again, my gender, when it comes to family court, we lose all common sense that we apply in every other area of life. And in this area, we act weird. I'd rather pay somebody $10,000 who already went through $40,000 to learn something that they're not going to tell me that James would tell me. Maybe I'll just watch his free videos, because I can't spend another, $80, $100 or $40, follow-up if you had an appointment before and you're doing follow-ups or whatever. I can't spend that. I've already spent $40,000. For nothing. And spending a few bucks with me wouldn't be worth it because you spent so much money. Like there's little, I've seen people talk like that. I spent $100,000 on attorneys. How dare you charge people money and prey upon their weakness or their suffering? You paid $100,000 for a crook who you admit didn't provide service, and you're admitting you're a dumbass because after the first $5,000 of wasting your money, you paid for the same service over and over and over. And like I give an example, if you get a transmission overhaul and you drive off out of the mechanic shop or the tranny shop and your car gets stuck in gear, and you turn around and say, hey, look, you guys didn't fix it. You need to fix this. And they say, okay, we'll need another $3,200 or however much it costs. You're like, no, it should be free. I already paid you in full and you didn't do the job. See how stupid that is? If you'll pay full price again after you drove off the lot and they didn't provide any service. These dads are paying attorneys $5,000, $10,000 every single month until they spend $100,000. And then they call me an a-hole for charging for my time when I got proof that I won. And you blindly trust an attorney who never proved that they won and never backed up what they're saying. And then you're mad at me because you didn't have the balls to stand up to your attorney who you should be filing a bar complaint against and writing a demand letter to get your money back, like I've helped people do. Your attorney isn't helping you get your money back. I've helped people get their money back, and I'm the bad guy. We're freaking backwards. Anyway, sometimes people call me up and they call me to set an appointment. They try and sneak in a whole bunch of stuff, and then they're talking to me, and I'm trying to give them a quick answer to give them a little tidbit so they know I know what I'm talking about and set up an appointment. And then they start dominating the conversation and talking over me and want to run the conversation, and you're the one who's lost. And people actually do that in a paid consult sometimes. They pay for a consult and they dominate the conversation, and all they do is repeat over and over and over and over and over and over again how the system sucks and what their baby's mom did to them and stuff. And like, do you really want to spend your money on me listening to you about stuff I already know? Or do you want to learn stuff? You're the one who's lost and needs help. That's like going to a doctor's office and telling the doctor what you think of cancer or acid reflux or diabetes, and you dominate the conversation. He doesn't even get a chance to check and see how far along you are, examine it, because you want to dominate the conversation. That doesn't make any sense. You guys got to stop making emotional decisions and calm the F down and take a deep breath and say, okay, I need to learn some stuff. I need to set aside my emotions for now and learn some stuff. Whether you're watching my videos, whether you're thinking about, do I need to drop my attorney? Should I listen to James? I'm going to watch. Should I implore these things that he's talking about? You need to set aside your feelings and emotions for a moment while you're strategizing how to rescue your kid. If a kidnapper takes your kid, you don't sit there and whine and cry about how you miss your kid and not move. You grieve over the potential loss of your kid while you're looking for them. And out of a sense of urgency, you're rescuing your kid. But we don't do that in family court because we bow down and worship the mother, and she's our Lord and Savior, and we can't blaspheme her, and we can't talk bad about that mentally ill, child-abusing alcoholic who mixes pills with alcohol and slaps our kids around and beat us up and falsely accuse me of domestic violence. In fact, she falsely accused me of domestic violence or molestation, wants me thrown in jail and get stabbed and shanked by other prisoners, but I'm going to have another kid with her. There's actually guys out there who are that freaking stupid. So let me get to the argument. I could hear it now. People are saying, well, let's see how long. You took 7 minutes to get to the point. If you hear some information that helps you win or fight off a restraining order, false allegations, and you had to wait 7 minutes for free after you spent 10 to 20 grand on an attorney, you're the dumbest, most moronic, airheaded, low IQ, brainless zombie of a dumbass sheep that there ever has been. And there's a lot of guys out there like that. So if you don't like how long I'm taking to get to a point when I'm allowed to ramble because it's my show, it's my page. I had a guy who said, I'd love to get an appointment with you, but you're rambling and distracting, not getting to the point. I'm doing a video blog just talking about whatever topic. If you get an appointment with me and you pay for my time, we're going to get to the point. And like I said, I have to lead people and pull them in because they'll go off on a tangent and ramble off. But that stupid jackass airhead of a fruity gay boy, that's his own faggoty problem that he doesn't want a consult with me. See how stupid my gender is? Anyway, so if I'm in court, I'm falsely accused of something. I'll say, hey, look, Your Honor, under the Code of Judicial Conduct, you have, I might start off, California Bar Association, Illinois Bar Journal, documentaries like Divorce Corp, Harvard law professors, countless judges and attorneys have all said that it's more likely than not that when a woman accuses a man of abuse, child abuse, domestic violence, molestation, in family court, it's a lie to get leverage. And since it's more likely than not that she's lying, and that has become an epidemic. Now, we're talking about your peers, Your Honor, your comrades, other judges, other attorneys in the Bar Association that you're a member of are saying it's an epidemic of women lying about this stuff. And it's more likely than not that a woman is lying when she accuses a man of abuse. We're in a courtroom of preponderance of evidence. If you don't know what that is, you need to get a consult or watch my videos more. We're in a preponderance of evidence court, so you should assume it's more likely than not that she's lying. So she has the burden of proving that it's not a lie or having some hardcore evidence. But you, under the Code of Judicial Conduct, you have a duty to maintain the integrity of the court and the public's confidence in the judicial system. If you don't do that, our judicial system crumbles. Not for corruption, but just for destroying the confidence. And if the confidence is shattered, then our society crumbles. So you have a high standard to maintain the integrity of the court system. They're using this court system as a weapon. They're gaslighting me and passive-aggressively using the courtroom, which should be perfectly safe for me to go to. I shouldn't be harassed here, and I shouldn't be attacked or abused here. This should be the safest place for me. And they're using it as a weapon and making a mockery of this court system. You should not tolerate that. The attorney's committing perjury. He's violating his oath. He's advancing not just a fact prejudicial to me, but lies. He's violating Civil Rule 11, the rules of professional conduct, lacked candor toward the tribunal, the way that he's treating me. He's helping his client lie, and he didn't fully investigate this stuff as Civil Rule 11 requires him to. You should sanction them, and you should cease this from now from making a mockery of your court system and using it as a weapon. That's for starters.